Hi students, how are you? I hope you are following well of our previous videos. In earlier class we have learnt about digestion. This digestion happened in several stages. At the first stage we have learnt ingestion. What is meant by ingestion? Intaking of food into oral cavity is known as ingestion. What happened when we have kept some food material into the oral cavity? That food has digested into small molecule by munching along with the teeth and tongue. So after that ingestion, the food should be passed into esophagus and stomach and small intestine. While passing from oral cavity to small intestine, the ingested food should be converted into simple molecules which is meant for digestion. So after the digestion, whenever the food turn into simple molecule in the intestine, the intestine should absorb it. So that is absorption of the digested food. What is meant by digestion of intestine? In the intestine, which one is turned into very simple molecule, that is not a completely digested food, that turn into only very small molecules such as glucose, amino acids and fatty acids. So we can't get energy from amino acids, fatty acids and glucose. Again we have to get energy from them. It has to be get another kind of change. What is meant by another kind of change? Once if the food sent into each and every cell along with small intestine. Here the small intestine contain numerous villi are there, villi to expand the area of small intestine, to absorb the digested food in the small intestine. It has number of projections which are meant for villi. The villi contain blood vessels are there. What is the function of these blood vessels? These blood vessels can absorb and send into each and every cell of our body. In earlier class we have learned about when the food has some toxicants, that toxicant should be detoxify in the liver cells. So here each and every cell now contains some kind of food material is there. By the absorption of intestine or villi, that send into each and every cell. So now the cell has some kind of food material is there. So what is the state of the food material? That is digested food, but it contain glucose state, it contain fatty acid state, it contain amino acid state. We can't get energy from these three states. It has to be digested. For the digestion of this, again the cell should be depending on another process which is meant for respiration. So before going to the respiration, the food wherever present in the cell to the form of what am I told about now? Glucose state and fatty acid state, amino acid state. These are meant for assimilated food which should be absorbed into the cell, and after that which derived the energy from the food is known as assimilation. Because of now the cell has some kind of material is there. That material, to get the energy from them, it has to be done another kind of process. So after that process which is meant for respiration, the cell should release some amount of the energy by the process of assimilation. So we have learned ingestion, digestion, absorption and assimilation. Once again we have to read about large intestine. The overleft material wherever in the small intestine, that should be pushed into large intestine. So the overleft material once again has to be sent out from the body along with anus. It is meant for digestion. So in the digestion we have learned ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation and digestion. In assimilation, the food is turned into once again energy source and waste material such as carbon dioxide and water. How this process happen inside the cell? We have to learn about this process, respiration. So respiration is a catabolic process. I think you know very well about catabolism and anabolism. What is meant by catabolism? Catabolism means splitting of complex molecule or simple molecules into energy form or absorbable form is known as catabolism. So what happening in the catabolism? The molecules are splitting into small minute state to get the energy from them. And anabolism, what is meant by anabolism? Example for anabolism, photosynthesis. We learned while studying about the photosynthesis about the anabolism. And anabolism is a manufacturing process or preparing process. At that process, they prepared some amount of the food material by presence of carbon dioxide, water, and mineral sunlight. So that is the anabolic process. This is the catabolic process. Respiration is a catabolic process. It is a energy provider. Respiration is energy provider. Whenever the cell may multiply, may split into small molecule, whatever the components present inside the cell, then the cell gets some required amount of the energy by the process of respiration. So it is also splitting. It is also involving in the splitting of molecule by the presence of something. Cell respiration, you have to observe this diagram. Here what is there? Cell is there. So the food is entered into the cell by the absorption, and the oxygen should be entered into the cell by the respiration. So then after, it should be splitting into small molecules, which is meant for assimilation. What is meant for assimilation? Assimilation is a part of respiration. To get the energy from the respiration, the process assimilation is must be needed. The assimilation is meant for conversion of glucose. Glucose is a simple molecule. Conversion of simple molecules such as glucose, fatty acids, and amino acids turn into energy by splitting into small molecules, which is meant for catabolism. In the catabolism, energy should be released, some amount of energy should be released, as well as some amount of waste materials also should be released from the cell. What are the waste material released from the cell? So because we are having some carbon components, the carbon components should be contained, carbon dioxide is there and water is also there, and some energy also should be released into the body. So here which energy released through the cell, that energy should be utilized for the endothermic reactions. What is meant by endothermic reactions? So the cell has number of organelles to do each and every kind of actions, to do different kind of life processes. The energy which is released along with the cell, that energy should be utilized in the organelles. That is meant for endothermic respiration or endothermic actions. So this process happen inside the cell. That's why it is also known as cellular respiration. When respiration happen inside the cell is known as cellular respiration. Wherever the respiration happening in the cellular level, that is a cellular respiration. And also it is also known as cellular digestion is also because of the carbon compounds which are present to the form of glucose or fatty acids or amino acids, all those splitting into small molecules. While studying about the digestion in the oral cavity, in the stomach, in the small intestine, what happened there? In that region, the food has converted into simple molecules. That is the digestion happened in the stomach, digestion happened in the oral cavity, digestion happened in the small intestine, as well as in the cell is also some kind of simple molecules such as glucose, fatty acids, amino acids are once again digested in the cell. That's why it is also known as cellular digestion. Where the cellular digestion happen? The cellular digestion occurs in the cell. That's why it is called cellular digestion. And also it is called cellular respiration. Why we have to call this is also cellular respiration? Because here some amount of interstitial material such as oxygen and some enzymes are involving to break down the simple molecules such as glucose, fatty acid, and amino acids. Let us discuss about respiration, cellular respiration. What is meant by respiration or cellular respiration? The process of releasing energy from the food is called respiration. So when the food present inside the cell, when it is assimilated by participating air and some kind of enzymes, the cell can get some amount of the energy. So that is called respiration. What is meant by respiration? The process of releasing energy from the food in the cell is known as a respiration. Here we have to learn about respiration. The term respiration is derived from Latin word respire. What is that? Is respire. Respire is a Latin word. The respiration is derived from the Latin word. What is meant by respire? Respire means breathing. Breathing is two different than respiration. Respiration is one kind of process and breathing is another kind of process. Respiration is a biochemical process and breathing is a physical process. I will tell now how it is physical process and biochemical process. When we are observe the breathing, we are inhaling some amount of the air into the body, and after that again exhale some amount of the air into the environment. So the breathing involves inhalation and exhalation of the air. So this entire process happens physically from the nose onwards until lung only. So while passing the air along with nose and another part and finally it should be reached into lung. From once again lung, after the separation of required amount of the gases, again the unwanted gases should be sent out along with the same passage. So it is a physical happen, should not happen in a chemical process. That's why breathing is a physical process. What is meant by breathing? Breathing, the process of inhale and exhalation of air into the body is called breathing. What is meant by respiration? Respiration, the process of releasing energy in the cellular level by participating some amount of oxygen and participating some amount of enzymes. So without having these two, the assimilated what is the food present in the cell? The cell can't split into small molecules. So respiration playing major role to split into small molecules by the presence of some enzymes and by the presence of oxygen. So that's why that is called biochemical process. And breathing is physical process. It is involving external environment to up to external environment to lung only. It should not get any kind of change, and should not involving any kind of material into that. That's why this is the physical and that is the chemical process. So when we have observed in the cell, the cell contain different kind of components are there. What are the different kind of components present in the cell? The cell has adenosine diphosphate is there. Adenosine diphosphate. This phosphate contain two molecules are there, and ATP, adenosine triphosphate is there, and another kind of phosphates also there. What are the cell components? The cell components are ADP, ATP, and some kind of phosphates. What is meant by ADP? ADP means adenosine diphosphate. ATP means adenosine triphosphate. ADP contain two phosphate molecules are there, and ATP contain three phosphate molecules are there. Here these molecules ADP, ATP and phosphates, all these should converted into energy source by the presence of oxygen and some kind of enzymes by the respiration process. So respiration playing major role to release energy to our body. What is the energy source released along with respiration? That should be turned into different stages. So once look at that, here ADP is there, adenosine diphosphate is there. This adenosine diphosphate along with phosphates, whenever oxidized, what should happen here? Oxidized. What is meant by oxidization? Here on ADP and phosphates, whenever react with oxygen while inhaling, the air entered into the cell. When the air entered into the cell, among them oxygen should act on. What is meant by act on? To break down or burn the ADP and phosphates into another kind of material such as energy, and later that energy, whenever release more than required amount of that cell, that energy, that excess energy should be turned into ATP. Okay, ADP plus phosphates react along with oxygen and some kind of enzymes that should release energy, and also along with energy some waste material also should be released in this process. What are the waste materials released in this process? Carbon dioxide is a waste material, and water vapor is also waste material that should be released into the cell, and the excessive energy should be turned into ATP. So whenever the cell required energy, once again that ATP What is ATP? ATP is energy currency. That energy currency, whenever we require, the cell required, it can get once again from the ATP. It is a storage bin of energy. So that ATP once again should convert into adenosine diphosphate and phosphates and energy, and again that's turned into ADP. ATP should turn into ADP. Whenever the cell requires some amount of energy, after utilization of that ATP which is released through that oxidation, that remaining energy should be turned once again into ADP. So later we will discuss about again this process. Thank you.